Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kathleen, and in today's video we are going to be talking about dark circles under your eyes, what you can do to cover them up with makeup. So if that interests you, stay tuned. Okay, so like I shared in my intro, today's video is all about covering up these dark circles that I have, a lot of people have. As we age, we lose a lot of the fat underneath our eyes, and it just kind of like hollows out. So it causes these shadows and darker looking circles under the eye. If I tilt my head down this way, you can really see them like in through here and up and through here. So anyway, I'm gonna show you how I go in there, and I use like a color corrector along with some brushes to go in there and just kind of like camouflage them. I mean, certainly not gonna get rid of them, but they won't be as noticeable. So anyway, without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so the first tool you're going to need is going to be a color corrector that best suits your under eye. I'm going to be using this one here by MAC. It is a peach color corrector. And what I'm going to do is, I'm not just going to go under there and just like brighten it up with just this peach color. I'm going to go in there and I'm going to show you how you can be a little bit more strategic about putting that color corrector underneath there. So I'm going to go in with this flat brush. This is by, I think it's by Laura Mercier. Yes, it is. And I'm just gonna go in and I'm gonna take a tiny bit on the end of my brush. That looks like about that on there. And I'm gonna go and I'm gonna be very strategic about where I'm putting it. I'm just gonna go in, you see this darkness in here and then right in through here, right there. And we're not just gonna throw it right in there. We're gonna go on and we're gonna just make like a fine line that kind of follows it, wherever that darkness is. Right? You can already see how that's covering it up. Then I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna take this concealer brush, and I'm gonna go in and I'm going to just dab that in there very gently to cover it up. A lot of times people wanna go in with like a concealer and just go in there and just put a lot of concealer on. Then it starts to look cakey. So you can already see how that brightened up that side compared to this side, right? It's like popping out a little bit more. I don't look as tired on this side. And then I'm gonna go down and I'm going to go right across, hold on a little bit there. I'm gonna go right in there. And tap it in there ever so gently. A lot of color correctors, like this particular one that I have from MAC, they're very lightweight, so they kind of just blend into the skin very nicely. They're not like a heavy concealer that's gonna go in there and, you know, just like look too cakey under the eye. We want to avoid that at all costs. Okay. You can already see how it doesn't look as heavy over here on this side. And just gently tap it in there into the skin. And a lot of times people do forget this inside corner part here, where it gets pretty dark. You want to make sure that that's covered too. Get in there with a brush and put some color corrector on it. You can see that looks very light under the eye. It doesn't look heavy at all. And then you can see the difference between that eye and this eye. I haven't even done concealer underneath here. And I don't have any foundation on this part of my face at all either. So, okay, so let's go in there with a little bit of concealer. And I'm gonna be using this one here by Glow Wish. It is in the color 03 Light. And I'm gonna go in and I'm just gonna lightly put some concealer underneath here, just to kind of blend it in. Go up and under, let's see. There's nothing worse than seeing a mature woman with too much concealer underneath her eye. And the problem is, like, we do have these dark circles that we're trying to cover up, but adding more product to it is probably the worst thing that can happen. Okay. So you can see, like, that my eye just looks, I look less tired on this side, right, compared to this side. Yeah, and then just gently tap it into the skin. Okay, so let's go over and do the other side. Show you again. So just get a color corrector. I use this peach one because I have like, it's dark underneath my eyes. But if you had like, so if you had a lot of redness under your eye, you would want to use one, like one with a yellowish or greenish hue to it to kind of cover that up underneath there. So again, I'm just going to go in and follow that line right down the center there. And you can see I'm barely putting any product on, but a little product goes a long way. I'm going to take my concealer brush again. I'm going to go in. So anyway, guys, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribing. You'll get notified when I upload a new video on Wednesdays and Saturdays. And then comment below. Let me know what your biggest challenge is with your under eye. Is it you get creasiness? Do you get discoloration? Yeah, just let us know. And let us know what you do to correct it. Okay, so you can see already that's looking better. I mean, don't mind this here. I don't have any, like I said, I don't have any foundation on. All right, so then I'm going to go in again. I'm going to just take a little bit of that concealer ever so lightly. And use this one by Glowish. Is super light. So if you're in the market for a concealer, just get one that's super light. You don't want anything that's too drying and, you know, could potentially get cakey under the eye. And just kind of blend that in. All over. And then just kind of stand back and look at it. Like, you'll be able to tell if you need to add a little bit more to cover it up. But again, like I said, you don't want to get too heavy. And then once we get that foundation on underneath here, it'll kind of look more cohesive. So you can see that my under eye doesn't look nearly as pronounced as it did when we started this video. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you gained any value from this video, please consider subscribing, and I will see you in my next video. Have a good day. Bye-bye.